Well, I got my loot, but I have to ask myself, was it worth it? So are these shoes, or are they what used to be known as shoes before I ruined them in the rain? All right. I hate to do what I always do, which is apologize for the less than ideal conditions here that I have to work with. I was hoping for some natural light, but I didn't have time to film this in time, and so now, and this is what it looks like. And I also have just a tripod which is completely broken, and so I have to work with that as well. I'm gonna try to get past my annoyance regarding those things, and the fact that I ruined some clothes just now. Well, I don't know if I did exactly do that, but I really wanted to get these errands done today, but then, you know, the rain is pouring down relentlessly, and so at a certain point you just have to decide, okay, do I wait until tomorrow, or do I do it today anyway and get completely soaked? And I hate leaving things. I really want to get done with the things that I planned on doing, so that's what I did. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm sure that nobody really wants to listen to me rambling on about that, but this is going to be an unboxing video. Let's switch subjects to that. I think this is gonna work out better when I get the titles out, so that I can actually display things properly. But yeah, I have two really quite big Amazon boxes here, part of the same order. I think we have about 13 titles in total. So this was let's see what I was gonna say. I suppose the reason why I haven't been making too many unboxings in the past few years is, well, this year, the reason being now recently is because I haven't bought a lot of I haven't placed a lot of big orders, but in recent years, even if I have, I suppose I've felt that if I unbox them, which I enjoy, and I think people enjoy watching them, but if I do, then once I have seen them, I want to show them again, because then I want to talk about them, and so I just feel like it's a bit redundant to show them twice, and so I've typically eliminated the unboxing portion, and I've just shown the titles later on. But I think that people probably enjoy watching these more, generally speaking, so I'm gonna do both this time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a sequel part, or a sequel video, or a follow-up video, in which I'm going to talk about everything we have here. So I do believe that the last video I uploaded, it hasn't actually been put together yet, so I'm filming this in advance a little bit, but the last video that should have been uploaded on my channel by the time you see this will have been another unboxing video, in fact, in which I unboxed a bunch of things as they arrived, like one by one. And then throughout the video I also reviewed everything, and I haven't, like I said, edited it yet, so I don't know how long it is, but I think it's gonna end up being very long. This time I'm gonna do it slightly differently. Like I mentioned, I will come back with another video a little bit later on, and I will make it clear that it's like the follow-up to this one. So if you want to watch both, of course, that you can. Maybe you might not want to watch both, but for the people who do, I am gonna come back with everything here and actually be able to talk about it later on. Let's see, what else was I gonna say? Well, I guess I can say that the follow-up video shouldn't take too long, because I'm not expecting the video you're watching now. Well, by the time you see this will have been maybe a few weeks ago. Me sitting here now, so I will have already had time to see a bunch of these. So hopefully in the not too distant future I can upload the sequel part to this. But you know what the drill is, I suppose. We open these and then I fumble and I try to come up with something to say about them. It's going to be a lot of turning back and turning around of the DVD and Blu-ray covers, and reading off the back and so on. Well, there we go. So I think I'm just gonna do them one by one, not really have a look myself either. Just pull them out and see what we have. But yeah, this is 2 films by Denis Cotte, or Denis Cotte. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. These just appeal to me. Joy of Man's Desiring and Bestiaire. New Wave Films have put out a lot of interesting movies that appeal to me. Voice crack. 70 minutes, 72 minutes. Yeah, Canada. So these appear to be documentaries of some kind. And I'm not really gonna read too much up on all of these on the back. Can't speak today. I'm not gonna go too much in depth with all of them. So I was wondering if these MUBI Blu-rays always came with slips, and here is one with a slip. Anyway, I only have one. I have Bacurau by Kleber Mendonça. I can never pronounce his name. I do apologize. This is and that one does have a slip, and this one does too. Beginning. This is a film by a Georgian filmmaker. So this looks very interesting. It looks like my cup of tea. So typically, I mean, I don't know too much about these. There's actually some damage on the slip, which I'm not entirely surprised by, because it is Amazon after all. But there's not always a lot of great alternatives for me. But anyway, I typically just look at, to determine if a film is something I might want to see. If it's a film I might want to see, I just have a look at the very basic details, the cover and the country, maybe look at some of the screenshots, or maybe briefly familiarize myself with the reception that the movie has been getting. Just enough really for me to know that I want to see it. And that might not always be enough to be able to talk extensively about what I expect, but it does look like a film I would enjoy. I've been wondering about these MUBI Blu-rays, if they have extras some of the time, because the one that I have, Bacurau, it doesn't. But this one has a Q&A with the director. And, Luca Guadagnino. This is just a tragedy, really. I can never seem to pronounce the names that I have to, but I have to try, don't I? Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so he is the director of Call Me by Your Name, which is a film I like. It says here recalling the films of Michael Haneke and Carlos Regadas and Chantal Akerman. Well, interesting, because I like all those filmmakers very much, and Chantal Akerman, I've been watching a lot of her work recently. Haneke I've been a fan of for years, and Regadas I've become a fan of over the past 6 months, really, or something like that. So very cool. Yeah, beginning. Let's see. Okay, so here's a film by Lucio Fulci, Beatrice Cenci. This is not supposed to be a horror film. It's more of a drama, I guess, an erotic drama, perhaps, a period drama. And I've seen enough from the Italian collection and from Lucio Fulci to know by now that it's likely going to be a film that I will enjoy. But then again, like I say, this one appears to be slightly different in terms of genre. There may be some exploitation elements here. I assume there should be, but I really don't know. And I could probably find out a bit better by reading on the back, but I'm gonna try to not do that too much here. This one. This is a hefty DVD. This is Still Life by Ja Chanke. And this is a film that I've been very interested in seeing for a while. It looks like a, there's a term known as slow cinema, which this one I believe has been referred to as. And the films that are sometimes referred to as such, I typically enjoy. This one has a commentary by Tony Raines. It has a documentary companion piece called Dong from 2006. So this looks like a terrific DVD. I really am so excited about these. I haven't been able to place like a really, you know, a shameless Amazon order like this, a sizable order, in a little while. So I mean, I did just, like I said before, I did just upload an unboxing, but not like a bunch of stuff at once like this. Okay, so here is one of the newest Anti-Worlds releases, and I do have the other one as well. I suppose that they might have been out for a few months now, but Anti-Worlds is a company who focuses on sort of contemporary world cinema, lesser seen films in all kinds of genres, and all the Blu-rays that I have, I've really enjoyed. I haven't liked all the films. I've liked most of the films. I thought Relaxer was not the best film in the world, and I thought that Penny Slinger Out of the Shadows was not the best film, but it was a really, really interesting documentary well, it was an interesting Blu-ray in the sense that it really taught me about this very interesting person. And that's what they do a lot, these Blu-rays. They tell you the whole story about the film and the filmmaker and the situation, and they often include a bunch of extras, and they put the work in with them. But yeah, the other four that they put out, I have liked, so I hope to like this one as well. It's a Finnish film from 2019. We have an in-depth interview here with the director and the writer-director. We got some interviews with the lead actors, newly recorded English language audio commentary by the director, an audio interview with Mark Kermode and the director. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if these are anywhere near to being out of print, because they are limited to 3,000, which to me doesn't sound like a whole lot, but I guess the indicator titles are often limited to about the same too, I suppose. Maybe it's more than it doesn't sound like a whole lot. Anyway, but I don't think that I'm not sure how well they've sold. I hope they've sold well, but they don't release them that frequently. Like I say, this is number 7, and I have number 8 here as well somewhere. But those are the only ones that they've released, and they've been working for I don't know how long, maybe a year and a half, maybe. So they come out very sporadically, which is good for me. I mean, it's good because that means that they probably can work on the releases that they do release quite extensively. But also, it's good for my wallet, I suppose. And I might, it's hard to find the time to watch all the movies in the world. Moving on. Raw Force, 101 Films. I just know that this is, well, it looks like sort of a bit of a special effects genre mayhem thing. What I'm saying is, it looks like there's a lot of special effects and sort of a blend of genre, but I don't know anything about it. I just know that I desperately wanted to see it, so there's that. Yes, speaking of indicator, I did actually pick up 2 indicator titles, this being one of them. Light Sleeper. Normally I think I would maybe prefer to wait until the indicator's sale, but I couldn't wait any longer with this one and the other one, and I don't want them to get out of print, which might not be a concern yet. Let's see. Yeah, so this is limited to 3,000 as well, but this is a Paul Schrader film that I've heard some good things about over the years. Willem Dafoe, Susan Sarandon, Dana Delany, Mary Beth Hurt. I think I might know who that is. No, I'm thinking of Mary Kay Place, I think. Oh well. I think this has a new interview with Paul Schrader, and probably a commentary as well. Yeah, a commentary from 2002. Some other stuff, and does it have a new interview? I thought I read that this included a new interview. Yeah, so it does have an 18-minute newly recorded interview with Mr. Paul Schrader. Okay, and here is the other indicator title, and this is Invincible, a film by Werner Herzog. And me being a fan of strongman, the sport of strongman, knows who Jukka Ahola is, a Finnish strongman who won the world's strongest man sometime in the 90s. I forget if he won just once or maybe a couple times. I actually don't really remember. But yeah, so that's another fun thing for me as a fan of that sport. But really, it's the fact that Werner Herzog is behind the camera here. And this is a bit of a change of pace. I mean, they've released Irreversible, and now this. So a couple of non-English language films, which is interesting. Well, actually, it says, I don't know, it says English language, German. Oh, you know what? This is probably English. Oh, yeah. Tim Roth is in this. Oh, this very well might be English language then, yeah. So English and German. But still, it feels like a little bit of a departure for them. I guess that's what people have been talking about now for a while regarding Irreversible. That was a bit of a change of focus for this company. Anyway, that's not the most important thing. Very excited about seeing this, seeing as it's a Werner Herzog film, and I am quite a fan of Mr. Herzog. This has, I know that this has an audio commentary in German, so newly translated English subtitles. So maybe they haven't been available before, or maybe it haven't been available before for English for non-German speakers. So that's exciting if that's the case. It does seem like it based on the wording here. Yeah, there's a new interview with the cinematographer, a couple of other things, but really I'm just really excited to see that film. And now to the second package. I think we have 5 titles in this one. I suppose we can save the box set here for last. Okay, so here's another new wave films, and this is actually used by the looks of it. So that's a bit surprising. So I guess I'm not too bothered, but it's a little bit surprising that I don't know that I've seen that before. I know that they sometimes, like Still Life was sold by a third-party seller, and I don't know exactly how that works, but Still Life was listed as being sold by somebody else. But I guess how would that work with the stock? Would that seller send that DVD in to Amazon warehouses? That doesn't really make sense, does it? It's probably already there, but it's listed as being sold by somebody else outside of Amazon's main operation, whatever. Moving on. Yeah, 35 shots of rum. Claire Denis. This is a film that I've been wanting to see for a while, so I really liked Beau Travail, which I've mentioned many times already. And this, I've seen a couple of other films as well, but this was the next one that I wanted to see. I almost bought Bastards as well, but I figured, well, as long as I can get this for now, I'll get more Claire Denis films later. But this one I can't wait to see. I don't know if there's any special features. Yeah, there is a couple of... No, there's one interview with Claire Denis. So this one I'm very excited about, as I am with all of these, to be fair. Let's see what we have here. I almost forget. Oh, that's right. Let's see. Another MUBI Blu-ray with a slip. Lovely. I don't usually pay too much attention, but if it does end up coming with a slipcover, then obviously it's a nice surprise. Is this one also in a little bit of a less than perfect condition? I guess this one is better. But this is the film First Cow by Kelly Reichardt. So I think I have mentioned recently when I talked about Night Moves, I think I mentioned that I wanted to get this one. So here it is. Another featurette here. I mean, a MUBI, they're known as a a streaming service, and they've only recently been putting out Blu-rays. at least to my knowledge. And they mainly, I mean, I'm not too concerned with the lack of extras right now, because the films that they put out are usually so interesting that I just want to see the film. I mean, I'm so lucky to be able to get the chance to see the films. And yeah, First Cow, I was really ecstatic when I realized that they were putting that out. So very happy about that. And then here is the other Anti-Worlds release, and this is the Whalebone box. You know what? I have absolutely no idea what this one is. It looks intriguing. It looks interesting and unique. I don't know what it is. In terms of extras, it was a little bit unclear. I don't think there's a lot of interviews and commentaries and stuff. It seems like it's mostly a sort of bonus short films. Yeah. But that sounds good too. So the Whalebone box, is this some kind of a documentary or an experimental film perhaps? I don't even know. Okay, and here the last title before the box set. This is a film called Here Then. The director is Mao Mao. And I know nothing about this, but I know that I'm excited. I know that a couple of the reviewers for this, they said that they were disappointed with this because it was a really slow, boring film where nothing happened, and usually that's a sign that I am going to like it. I often find, because I like slow movies. I like movies that take their time. There's a lot to be said about that. I don't think I can do that here, but there's something about scenes unfolding themselves in the pace that they require, that lets you see other things that wouldn't maybe be immediately noticeable if you were just looking at that shot for a few seconds or whatever. And it really gives you a sense of place more than anything, perhaps. And that's important in film, to give a sense of place, not just to tell a story. So slow pace is fine by me. Okay, and now the last one. This I wasn't sure that I was gonna be able to get, because I thought this might have been out of print. And you know, there's a lot of releases that come out. Some of them I'm inevitably gonna miss out on, but this one I was able to get right here, which I'm really happy about. I will say that I'm gonna talk about all of these. That's pretty safe to say in the follow-up video. This one, however, I might not. And the reason for that is I already have a Shohei Imamura set from Eureka. I've only seen 2 of those films. I've seen Ballad of Narayama, and I've seen Profound Desires of the Gods. But everything else I still haven't seen. So I'm thinking maybe I want to do that first. I'm not quite sure. So I might not get to this immediately. So these films may not be included in the second part, but we shall see. As you can see, it does say Ballad of Narayama here, but he made 2 versions of that. So I guess this is the so it says, based on an ancient folk tale, the Ballad of Narayama, 1983, was the first of 2 works. So I thought that he made one from like the 50s, or maybe 60s, and that the one that I had seen was the one from 83. So could it be that the Ballad of Narayama is the same that is also included in the Eureka set? Or am I mistaken? Is the one that I've seen from the 50s? It didn't feel like it when I watched it. It's been a few years, but still, I'm a little bit confused about that. So that's another reason why these unboxing videos are not always ideal, because I won't be able to figure that out now. But I will do some research, and I will look into that, whether that's the same film. Even if it is, like, I would have still bought this, because Black Rain and Segen are 2 films that I want to see, and the box set has extras, I bet. I mean, you're never surprised. You're kind of expecting to see Tony Rain's name in something like this, something about Asian cinema. And indeed, he's here with in-depth appreciations, which is always appreciated. So I mean, I want to see those brand new audio commentaries as well. So definitely wanted to get this, and I'm very happy to have 2 sets from Imamura. And all right, but that is it. So very quick recap here. Everything you see here in this frame, I will return to in again, I don't know how long, but eventually I'm gonna upload a second video in which I'm gonna talk about these. I guess that's all I have to say, really. This was one of those cases where I really wanted. I mean, there's so many things that I want. It's sort of been building up, a lot of releases that I haven't been able to get, and so on. Releases that I really want to get, but time and money is very limited. So I was looking back and forth on Amazon, not really being able to decide which ones to get. Ultimately settling with these, but this is like, when I look at this selection of titles, I really can't wait. There's not a single thing here that I couldn't see myself watching today. Like, everything here I'm so excited about. So I think this is gonna be quite a quick process actually going through this, because I cannot wait. But that's it. So thank you so much for tuning into this unboxing, and you are welcome back for the review section. All right, see you then, maybe. Thank you for watching.